Hi again. If you've made it this far, I would just like to start by saying thank you for watching all of that. I really appreciate you taking this course of mine, and I hope that you've learnt so much already. But I did want to just get on here and make one more video for you and just have a little bit of a chat and share some knowledge that I have about Instagram, just for anyone who is interested in building an Instagram account, because I have been through that. So I thought maybe it would just be nice to share. So I will just let you know how it went down for me. Was in the first year, I built my account from pretty much a couple of hundred people to 10,000. And that was a lot of hard work and a lot of hours. In the second year, I grew from 10,000 to 20,000. And then in the third year, I went from 20,000 to nearly 50,000. So every single year, it has doubled for me, and it has been compounding. So the longer that you go at it and the higher number of followers that you have, it seems to be a lot easier to get more followers. So the first 1,000, I would say, is the hardest. Then once you've got there, you start to gain some traction. So a few things that you're going to need in the beginning is, number one, good content. No one is going to really want to follow your account if you haven't got good content. So pay special attention to your photos. Make sure that you're taking nice photos of your customers. If it's a hair page, don't just have them sitting down in the chair with a cape on and take a photo like that. It's not really a flattering photo. So take the effort to actually get your customer, take them over to a wall where there's good lighting and take a nice, decent photo of them. Maybe you want to comb the hair out, style it a little bit. It's good if you can use the whole frame. So you get the square for Instagram. You want to try and take up all of that space. That seems to just do quite well on the Instagram. Also, you're going to need hashtags. You put hashtags in your posts, which helps. They're kind of like links. So if I posted a photo of pink hair, for example, I would put hashtag pink hair. I might put hashtag hairdresser, hashtag curls, hashtag maybe you want to put your local area and then hairdresser, things like that, so that people can find you, things that are relevant to the photo. I might use a few big ones in there. I might hashtag rainbow hair, mermaid hair, unicorn hair. These are the kind of things. And you want to do a little bit of research first into that and have a few hashtags, like just so that you don't have to think about them. So maybe just have a list and then you can just pick a few. You can use up to 30 hashtags in any post. If you use more than that, Instagram is going to ban you and just think, oh no, this person's a robot. Too many hashtags. We're not going to show their photo. So I like to aim for between 25 and 28 hashtags on all of my posts. Usually I will post them in my caption, but if I've wrote too much and I can't fit it in the caption, then I'll put it in the comments below. So long as you're putting them in there, they will work. And that's what's going to help your content be seen, basically, is the hashtags. When I first began, I did a lot of hashtag research. And the way that I did that hashtag research was by looking at other people's pages, people that were already more successful than me on Instagram, that had bigger followings. I would look at their pages and I would look at their hashtags, and I would write down a few of those ones that might be good for me to use as well. So I did that, and also not only that, but I would just study people's pages, look at people who were more successful than myself on Instagram and just study their page. Look at it, look at what photos they've got lots of likes on, look at what photos they haven't got so many likes on, try and kind of spot the difference and see maybe figure out what it was that people really liked about that photo, and just getting an idea of what they're doing and how their page is looking, and just really studying them. I did a lot of homework to figure it all out in the beginning. I watched lots of different YouTube videos on how to build an Instagram following, invested lots and lots of time in my study and research, and then also investing a lot of time in actually putting those plans into action. So we already know we've got to have good content, which is making nice photos. We've got to have good hashtags. You get up to 30. Remember what I said, 25 to 28 is the sweet spot for me. We're going to study other people's pages, figure out what's working well for them, and try and apply that to our own pages. Figuring out what time to post is important as well. Generally, prime time is the best time to post. So that would be between 5 and 7 o'clock in your local area. And the reason that that is such a good time to post is because that's what time everyone is going to come home from work, sit down at home and have a bit of a chill out, and that's when they're going to be scrolling through their phone looking at Instagram. Usually prime time is when I'll post most of the time. You can also post in the mornings as well. That's another good one, is when people get up in the morning and they're getting ready for work. So I would say between 7 and 8 a.m. That's another good one as well. I usually like to post once a day or every second day. I feel that that's enough for me, but obviously the more you do, the quicker and the better your results are going to be. At one point when I was in the early stages of building my page, I was posting morning and night. It was a lot of work, but you will get out what you put into this ultimately. Now with the posting, I want to just mention as well, it's a lot of work for you to do, and what you might find easier is if you look at getting a scheduling software. The one that I use is called Later. I might just add a little photo of that in here for you. So later as in I will do it later. Every Monday is my day off. I sit down and I plan my whole week's content for that on that day for the week. So I will go through and do my posts for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday until the following Monday when it's my day off to do all that on the computer. And that has honestly saved my life. Like, I am just not in the right headspace when I've been working all day and I come home and I'm tired and I'm mentally checked out. I'm just not in the right headspace to really be creative and put in a lot of thought to what I'm posting. And then I just felt like I was just posting for the sake of it and nothing. Like, yeah, there's no point just putting something out there for the sake of putting something out there unless you're putting thought into it. So that's my best advice for you, is get yourself some scheduling software. You do have to take this seriously. It is, if you want to grow your account, like really grow your account and do it in a quick amount of time, you have to get obsessed with it. It's got to be like your work. Like some people get up in the morning and they 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, they go to work. This is like that. This is a job for me. I do it like it's a part of my job. So try and incorporate it into your life, wherever you find time. I have a young daughter as well. I'm a very, very busy person, but I still try I make that time. Whether it means you wake up half an hour earlier or you go to sleep half an hour later, you need to make that time, because if you don't put in this effort, if you don't find this time, it is never going to work for you. So 6:30 in the morning I wake up and I have my morning coffee with my husband, and that's my half an hour. From 6:30 until 7 o'clock in the morning until my daughter wakes up, that's my half an hour to get on there and respond to everyone. And same as in the evening. 8 o'clock I put her to bed, so from 8 o'clock until 8:30 at night, that's my time. And it's every day I do that. Because my account is bigger now, I do need to take a bit more time to answer and respond to everyone. That is the next thing that I will discuss with you, is make sure that you're replying to every comment on your post. If you do a post and someone comments, even if they don't say words, even if they just give you an emoji, make sure that you respond to every single person. Not only is it polite to respond to every single person who's taken time out of their day to leave you a comment, but it's also going to add to your algorithm. So the more comments and likes that you have on your photo, the more Instagram is going to see that as valuable content, and they're going to want to boost your post and deliver it to more people. So it's not just about being nice and thanking someone for leaving you a comment. It's also about building up those comments and boosting your algorithm. So reply to everyone who comments on your post. If you want to go one step further, which I highly recommend you do, and I do this even now still, takes time, but it's worth it. That person, I won't just respond to their comment on my post. I'll actually click on that person, go back to their page, and I will leave them a comment too. Pretty much every person I will do that to, so that they're feeling valued, that it's give and take. It's a two-way street. And yes, it is going to be hard work, but that's how you're going to keep your followers. That's how they're going to feel like valued and appreciated, and they're going to continue commenting on your posts. So it's building a relationship. It's like a relationship. It's give and take. It's two ways.
So I've just given you a few of the basic kind of tips, and now I suppose you're wondering, how do I actually grow my account? These are all good things to do, and the pieces of the puzzle are sort of starting to come together. It's good to respond to everyone and, give back love where they give you love. But if you want to really, really grow your account, you have to get in people's faces. You can't just rely on your hashtags to bring you your audience. It might help, it might work a little bit, but you have to get out there and you have to get in front of people. And the way that you need to do this is by being proactive and kind of going out of your way and finding people to follow you. I started doing this just with just people on Instagram. I don't know where I found them. And I would just interact with their pages. And when I say interact and engage, same thing. I'll like 5 of their photos and I'll comment on 2. So like 5, comment on 2. That way, when that person opens up their phone, they're going to have 5, 6, 7 notifications from you. And it's like, oh, wow, look at this person. They've just liked all my things on my Instagram, and it makes them curious, and they think, oh, I'll just have a look at this person. And that's how it works. We want to bring them back. We want to give them a little bit of attention so that they think to come back to our page. And even if they don't become a follower of yours, they feel compelled to at least give you some attention back. So they might go and like 5 of your photos and comment on them. And even if they haven't decided to click the follow button, that's still going to work in your favor and help your algorithm. So it's, even if they don't follow, still a good result. But a lot of the time I find that they do end up following. So that's what I mean by interacting and engaging. Back to about how to find these people though, think about what sort of followers you want to attract. Are you looking for people who are hairdressers? Are you looking for people who are interested in education like I am? Are you more interested in just finding just general people who like colourful hair? Or are you looking for local, people who could be potential clients in your area? Think about this. This is very important. Before you start just trying to find followers, think about who you want to target, because we don't just want followers. We want people who are going to come to us for a specific purpose. It's not just about the number. I want to have a good value following. So if you're trying to build your business and you're looking for customers, then I suggest you target those people. Or like myself, I'm trying to educate, so I'm looking for people who are interested in educating and are most likely other professionals. So those are the people that I would have you target. Before you go off and try and find these people though, a good thing to do is start small, start with your page. And I did this by going back to the very first photo that I ever posted on Instagram. And I went and I clicked into this photo and I had a look at all the people who had liked that photo. And I made sure all of those people were people who were following me. There were a few people that had liked my photo that weren't yet following me. Those were the people that I targeted. Those were the people who I clicked on their profile and I showed them a bit of extra attention and paid special attention to those people who had already liked my photo but not followed me. So they've liked my photo. I know that they're obviously interested in what I do because they've liked my photo. So I take that as it's a lead. I'm following a lead. So I'll pay special attention to that person. I'll go to their profile and I'll interact with them and engage with them, so that they hopefully see all those notifications and go, oh wow, I've just had 7 notifications from the same person. I'm going to go back and have a look. And then they come back and have a look, and then they see your profile and hopefully it's full of beautiful photos of hair and they think, oh, I'm going to follow her. And that's how it works. And so I did this from the very first post, and I went and I worked my way all the way through my profile. It took me a long time. It probably took me a couple of weeks to a month to get through all of that, depending on how many posts you've got, but you just repeat the same process. Go through your photos, find who's liked your photo but is not yet following you, pay them special attention and try and, win them over as a follower. I don't do follow for follow. I've tried that in the beginning. It never worked for me. It's just a nightmare. I don't suggest that you do it, because you'll just get people following you and then unfollowing you and hoping that you don't notice. And it's just Not a fun game to play. I do follow people though. I'm not trying to say I don't follow anyone back. If it's a page that I'm genuinely interested in, then I do follow people back as well. Definitely don't want you to be stingy on the follow button, because you will get out what you put in. If you're a stingy follower, then yeah, I believe in karma. So don't be afraid to follow some people as well. Eventually you are going to run out though. You're going to go through your whole page and you're going to run out of like leads to find. So once I ran out of leads and I went through my whole page and this was working, I was dedicating half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening just to interacting with these specific targeted audience. It was working for me, but I did eventually run out of leads to follow. And so then I began to think, where else could I go to find leads, to find people who are interested in rainbow hair? And so then I went back to those accounts that I mentioned earlier about how we study people with larger accounts. We look at what they're doing right and we try and replicate it. I went back to their accounts and I went and clicked on their followers, because I thought, well, if these people are interested in this person who does very similar work to what I do, then chances are these people might be interested in following me too. So then I worked my way down other people's followers. So you want to look for a big account with like 10, 20, 30,000 more followers. And then you go and interact with all of their followers. And this was like the dynamite stick. This was what I did that really amplified and started to get my ball rolling. And I would just do that every day. I mean, morning and night. I would try and spend half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening. So that's 1 hour a day total. And then any spare time I had, like if I was waiting for a bus or I was just waiting in a line, I was doing something, every spare moment of my time, I grabbed my phone out, I'd go back to my trail and I'd follow my leads and I'd just keep doing it. Like, do not stop. And I did this for like more than a year. It is hard work. I stress that because everyone asks me, oh, how do you build a following? How do you do this? Like I've got some magic remedy for them, and I don't. It is just, you will get out what you will put in. If you do the hard work, you are going to get results. Like there is no way that you can do all that work and not get results. So I highly stress that. And once you've got your targeted audience, your results are going to be better and better. In the beginning, I wasted a lot of time because I wasn't really targeting the right people. But now you know how to find and target the correct people to interact with. So that is like super important, where you find your people. You want these people to be good quality followers, it's not about just having a big number. It's about having an engaged audience, people who are going to connect with you and comment on your stuff. What good is someone who just follows you silently like a robot? It's not much good. So now you've got all of those little tips. If you want to go one step higher and really like channel this and do the process of elimination and just get this really working. I've wrote this down on a piece of paper because I found it a bit hard to explain. When you're going through and you're looking at people to interact with and you're following your leads, whether it's the people that have liked your photo or it's someone else's followers, if you want to just really go through and get as many people to follow you as possible, I would suggest focusing more on accounts that look like this. So you'll see this person's account, as you can see that says person, and the number of people that they are following is higher than the amount of people that are following them, if that makes sense. What this information tells me when I'm going through and finding people, this information tells me that this person is not stingy with their follows. This person, the number of people they are following is much higher than the amount of people that are following them. So I know they're not stingy with their follow button. That is a crucial piece of information. Once I started doing this, I feel like the first thing helped me, the second thing helped me, and then this made the difference. Because then you're not wasting your time on people who are obviously hard to get. Like people who follow a lot it's obvious that they follow. So interact with them because they'll most likely follow you, opposed to someone who maybe has like the same amount. You might have someone with 500 followers and is also following 500, and they might be funny about the numbers for some reason like that. Or you will come across people who have got 2,000 people following them and they're only following 200. So they're obviously trying to build their account too. They're trying to do what you're doing. So maybe they're not as likely to follow you. So that is my like best advice that I can give anyone for Instagram, that you are trying to build your followers, is just do it every day. Do it as much as you can possibly do. Figure out like where you want to get your followers from, find your target audience, and then go through and then target them even again, and not just about where they come from, but look at their account. And if their account has got less people following them and they're following more people, those are your people. Okay, it's a big topic. I'm sorry that I've rambled on so long for it, but it's really valuable information to have. I'm sure that there are a ton more things that you can be doing, but I am not an Instagram expert. I can only tell you from my own experience that I've had. If you have any questions, if you've watched this and you want me to go into a bit more detail, like please don't be afraid to get in touch with me. You can always DM me on the Rainbow Hair Artist, or if you're in the Rainbow Hair Academy, please don't be afraid to reach out, because I love helping people. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing these videos, is because I just simply love helping. So please don't feel like you can't talk to me. I am human and that's what I'm here for. So I really hope you've enjoyed this course. I want to see you guys come out with some awesome rainbow hair and grow your accounts. I wish you all the success in the world, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking this course. I really, really appreciate it. Bye for now.